So, Jamie Lee Hamilton was my friend, and we were soul sisters. I must confess that we had a love-hate relationship, and I think that's been a theme that we've heard here a lot today. So I'm sure you know what I mean. When she was good, she was very, very good, and when she was bad, she was horrible. I've crossed many times over the years, actually going back to when I was 19 years old. I got my first job at a bar called Caps. If anybody remembers that in the West End, it was on Harwood Street. And I used to go up to Davie Street when it was the Stroll, again back in the day, and that's when I met Jamie Lee. And we would run into each other, it seemed every year or so, usually in the nightlife. And when I got into the film industry in the mid-'80s and through the '90s, found myself shooting a lot in the downtown east side, and was always running into Jamie Lee, including when I was having my Me Too experiences, which some will relate to. But it was really in 2005 that our friendship galvanized. You may not know this, but after my father died, I was encouraged to run for city council, and I ended up winning a nomination for the NPA. And the nomination contest was held on my birthday, which it turned out was 3 days before Jamie Lee's birthday. So every year after that, we celebrated our birthdays together, but she always did remind me that she was 3 years older and wiser than me. But I also found out at that time that she had wanted to run as a candidate for the NPA, and she was not approved because of some of the shenanigans that predated her. And I can't help but wonder how the NPA's image would have been different if Jamie Lee had run for the NPA. I was incensed at the time and believed that diversity that she represented, as all of that in one single human being, would have made an enormous difference. So from that point forward, we became very close and again celebrated many birthdays together. Many meat draws. Does anybody remember the meat draws? Okay. And also my kids consider her an auntie. I saw a picture of one of my daughters up there in the slideshow, and I'm sorry that she couldn't be here today, but it would have been very important. I supported Jamie Lee in every election, and once I draped, she had this huge long banner, and I put it all along the fence in front of my house, and it created a bit of a stir at the time, but she was thrilled by that, to say the least. But sadly, I found that I could not trust Jamie Lee with confidences. I'm sure other people here know what I mean. They're laughing, so you must know what I mean. We talked about trust and integrity a lot, but she did like to gossip. So, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, and 3 strikes you're out. And so I confronted her when one of these things happened after the 3-strike episode. She hung up the phone on me, then she unfriended me on Facebook, then she wanted to refriend me on Facebook. It went back, and I know it was trivial, but what I learned was I could trust her to be herself.
Yes.
And that's where I had to get. But you know, I also didn't want to put myself in harm's way either. So fast forward, I would see her at events on occasion, but we weren't as close as we used to be after that 3rd strike. And I saw her during the 2018 election campaign, and she really encouraged me. And she said I would win this time for sure, which I did. She won't talk about some of the other stuff. But I could see at that time that her health was in serious decline. And then a couple of months ago, I got a Facebook message from Laura McDermott saying that Jamie Lee was at the place in Mole Hill. So I went down there and we spent 3 hours airing our grievances. And we made up. She did say she was sorry, and we cried, and we got a lot of that stuff behind her, both of us, and it was really important. And then in December, Judy Graves was there a minute ago, there you were, let me know that Jamie Lee wanted to be baptized. And so I was privileged to be present with a small group to share in her spiritual wish. And that was on the Saturday, and I held her hand and told her that I loved her, which I did, and I could see that her eyes were so full of fear, and I told her not to worry. But 36 hours later, I got the word that she had passed. And I cannot get back the time that we were estranged, but in the end, I am so grateful to have buried the hatchet and to have honored the love that we shared. So forgiveness is divine, and love is the most important thing. And I hope you, Jamie.